morning. I just wanted to give you guys a little tour of what's going on around here. It's close to the end of June and we are right out by the road, so that might get a little loud. These are petunias and lobelia, and I have a rocket snapdragon, and then some little zinnias, some more petunias, and then the seeds back there are all zinnias and sunflowers. And my poor whiskey barrels need to be rescued. I'm going to work on that. And then I'll take you over to the front yard. And there's not a lot of stuff in bloom yet. There's enough stuff for me to start putting stuff on the cart, but still not a lot of stuff in bloom. And there is still a lot of grass in all of my beds. So one of the vices of living in Oregon, you know, we have lawns, but we really just have grass because that's just how it is. And I have grass everywhere. This is Russian sage, and it'll be really pretty in tall spikes of purple. And mixed in back there is a filbert tree. Filberts are hazelnuts, and that's what you use for Nutella. And then those are asters. There's stuff on both sides. These are gladiolas that are getting ready to come up. And then an iris that never quite came up. It's a giant purple one. But the asters are going to be purple with yellow centers, and they last forever in the vase. Then down here we have a little tree, just like that one. Gave himself a little start down here, but we're going to have to move it. Then there's more gladiolas. And those are all purple, I believe. There's some lilies that never did anything. I'm guessing it has to do with the fact they were choked out. These are my dinner plate dahlias. They'll be really pretty, and they're kind of tucked in here with a bunch of black-eyed Susan, and then some Krykosmia. I have a big patch of black-eyed Susans and Krykosmia, and every once in a while I try to dig it up and separate it and put it more in different spots because it's so pretty together. And these are these little roses. Nothing's been deadheaded or cut or weed whacked or mowed in a few days, and it's been really warm, so everything looks a little crazy, but it is what it is, and I want you to see it before I chop everything. What I was saying though is I don't know what those roses are, but they're cute and they're short. There's more asters. Back there is a penstemon I'm trying to bring back to life. It got potted too short, so it flopped over. I'm not really sure what this is. Lori down at the nursery next to me, she gave me a bunch of plants. She used to work at a cut flower farm, and she is a plant aficionado, amazing human being. And she gave me a bunch of flowers, and I don't know what a lot of them are or what they're gonna look like. This is a chocolate Cosmo, I do know that. There we go. And then this is Echinacea. I don't remember planting this last year, and I do not remember having it at all last year, so it was a surprise to me. There's some lamb's ear. And then behind that is this really pretty Bolero Rose that I got from Walmart of all places. It's white and it's incredibly fragrant. Very, very, very fragrant. And in there's some kind of mint, another flower that Laura gave me. And then these are mums. Look at them. They're so tall. And this is one of my worst patches with grass in it. I can't wait to get in here and clean it all out. But there's a lot of mums in here. See? They're getting ready to open up. Some gladiolas. Another one of those trees I need to dig up. And then I think this is bee balm. I've never grown it before, and it won't focus for some reason. There we go. And then these guys are so cute. Oh my gosh. I have all the tags for all of it. Not all of them. Some of them. And this one had a tag in it. I already don't remember what it was. But they're these pretty purple flowers that open first thing in the morning. And then these are scabiosas. These pink pretties. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I have some purple ones too from Lori. And there's some salvia, some kind of mint from Lori. A lot of this stuff is from Lori, and that's why I don't know what it is and why I'm blaming it on her. Not blaming it on her, also giving her credit. She's been amazing and wonderful and helpful. And then this little thing, I don't know why this is there. I need to take that into the back. But it looks like I have maybe another filbert tree coming in. I do believe that's what that is. So I have to dig that up and move it. Here are some irises with some, this whole thing's kind of crazy. There's lupin there on the left, and then in the middle there's Krykosmia coming up, and then there's black-eyed Susans all kind of mixed in there. These ones are some of my favorites. Look at this. Oh my gosh, so cute. They're fuzzy-faced daisies. Fuzzy-faced Shasta Daisies. I just love them. And then these are the last of my lupin blooms. They shouldn't bloom much more past this, and I think I'll let those go to seed. And then here is a rosemary that already bloomed. It did a pretty little, tiny little blue blooms. There's some poppies. They've done their thing, and there's their seed pods. Here's some Veronica that Lori gave me. I'm super excited to get this thing going and use these in bouquets. They're so pretty. And over here is my bed of Cosmos from last year, but I still haven't got around to getting all the grass out of it. But there is Cosmos coming in. Right there. Lots of them in different places. There's some Nymphophea, a solar light that my brother got me. And then there is some roses, some carnations. Like I said, there's Joe. There's the Cosmos. And then there's not a lot in between here. Like I said, I need to get this cleaned up. But there is this interesting little purple flower I found. Sorry about that. So there's this interesting little purple flower. I'm going to water it and see what happens to it. Then there's these cute little white flowers. So I'm going to isolate both of those, take care of those, and get all this grass out of here. This is Victoria Blue Salvia. It's usually sold as an annual, but mine came back. So, you can try it. Put it somewhere where it might come back. This is my Grape Arbor daisy. It needs a lot of fertilizer because this plant didn't do very good last year, and I didn't fertilize it all last year. I was so busy. Oh, there we go. So I need to, take care of it, isolate it. There's some Cosmos coming in. I need to dig up and move all along here, along the grass, too. Cosmos will reseed themselves like crazy. This is called Stochisia. Look at this. Okay, every night it closes up, and then in the morning it opens back up. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I don't know how it does as a cut flower though, and this won't focus for some reason. There we go. I don't know how it does as a cut flower, but I'll let you know. There's the tag for it. There you go. Honey Song Purple. Okay, and then let's go back up here. I need to pick up my tags. They're kind of everywhere. I have more rosemary, And I have this really pretty variegated kitchen sage. And it has these really pretty flowers that come onto it. And this is the same kind of stuff that you can use, you know, just regular sage. It just has variegated leaves. It's really pretty. And then there's another rosemary down there. And behind that, once I can get this big fluffy grass dug out of here, you'll be able to see it better. But there's curly grass. It's so cute. It is my favorite. And then more Nutella trees. I have like 3 of them in there. I have to dig them out. I mean, I want them all to be up here in the front, but not all one spot. So have to take care of that in a little bit. Down here I have the like remnants. This is like a pink, not like, it's a pink Spanish lavender, and I kept it in the pot for too long, so it's tiny. There's another one. It's very tiny. I need to isolate them, put mulch around them and stuff. Inside there's some mums. I need to get the dead stuff out of there, but there's some really pretty mums that'll spill over in the fall. And then there's the rest of the kitchen sage, the regular kitchen sage. It's all done blooming. And then there's another filibert tree. And this is really exciting to me. Normally, I don't get dahlias this early in the year. My dahlias come in August. But I overwintered all of my dahlias. And this one last year came up first as well, but it didn't come up in June. So I'm super excited to have dahlias this early in the year. Like, oh my gosh. There's one that's about to bloom. And then down here, oh, back there, I have some more chocolate Cosmos. There's some chocolate Cosmos right there, and some Rudbeckia. I'll take you over there in a second. And then right here, these are these really pretty pink gladiolas. I need to build up more dirt around them so they don't flop, but they're really ruffly and pink, and they're going to be gorgeous. There's my lilac tree, and then that's clover, the white stuff in there. And even though it is a weed, it is so pretty with these pretty carnations. So it doesn't seem to be bothering the carnations yet. I'm going to leave them. There's more scabiosa. Thank you, Lori. They're so pretty. And there's my other lilac tree. I think one is purple and one is white. This is a grass, and also from Lori. And whenever the seed pods are done, they do this really pretty flop over arrow ended looking thing. I can't even explain it. There's more of those pink gladiolas. It's going to be so pretty around here. And look at all those baby Cosmos coming in. This was the Cosmo Hill last year. Not so many here in the front, but that's okay. I don't want the gobs like I had last year. I'm probably going to get in here and separate these guys and give them a little bit more room. They were really, 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 really crowded last year. This is my Dusty Miller that's totally out of control. And I didn't even know that Dusty Miller bloomed till this year. Well, can't seem to get it to focus on the bloom, but anyways, it'll be a really pretty addition to stuff. This is a deciduous azalea, and I'm so excited about it. I don't know why I shook the camera, sorry. I'm so excited about it because my boss told me that I needed to get rid of it because there was this giant thistle growing in it, and I asked him if I could get the thistle out, if I could keep it, and he said yes. That was my first day of work, and I did it, and I saved it, and it's going to give me these really pretty pink fluff balls like in the beginning of April all the way to the middle May. So yay! Oh, there's my kitty Lucky. Hi Lucky. He's the cutest thing. I could just take video of him all day long. Here is my one and only lily that really survived. There's one right behind it, but it's a little small. we had painters come this year, and you know, it just got a little bit hairy for me because, you know, things are a little wild and I couldn't keep up, and they didn't know where things were. But there's a lot of mint in here. I'm going to be digging out and replacing and putting some nice stuff in here. There's an azalea that's totally getting drowned by all this horsetail, as well as all this mint. And there's Lucky again. And then right there is a yucca plant. I tried to eradicate the yucca plants at one time, and now I just absolutely love them. They're so pretty when they bloom. But they need to be isolated, you know, given their own show. This up here is my Don Juan roses. I need a trellis for it. But they just did their big bloom and kind of did this like overflow thing. It was really pretty. These are the Krykosmias that are getting dug up and moved everywhere. Here, let's see, do I have any blooming? Oh, here we go. Sometimes when I'm trying to get it to focus, it takes a picture, and it's really annoying because it stops the video. But there's a Krykosmia. These, the hummingbirds go crazy about. We can sit at the kitchen table and just watch the birds. It's so fun. And we have some hummingbirds that live in the holly bushes across at the neighbor's house. So there's a Camilla tree. There's one right behind it that needs to get dug out, and this thing needs to get cut up from the bottom so it can more resemble a tree. But this one gives us white camellias. And then this one also needs to be cleaned up, but it gives us pink ones. Isn't that interesting? I'm pretty sure that this one, I mean, we didn't plant this. It started growing as a start from the other tree. And luckily, just interestingly enough, right in the spot, right, you know, to mirror the other one. But it with the white is what's interesting to me. So there's a few things going on back here. There's a holly tree that needs to get dug out. This is a whole new Camilla tree. And then there's a hazelnut tree. And then there's another one of those trees that I see that we have out by the road that I haven't identified yet. So a lot of stuff going on there. And I need to weed everything, of course. And here's my hydrangea. I'm so excited about this. Every year we have to put up this big screen, and I grow sunflowers and stuff in front of it because we planted this not knowing anything about flowers, and especially hydrangeas, and this afternoon sun just totally pelts it. Just makes everything get wilty no matter how much I water it. So we have this lattice screen that we built to we're planting trees and stuff. The lilac trees should hopefully grow up and give it some more shade and stuff. So there is a rose bush. This used to be yellow roses. Now it's red. And apparently I was supposed to do something when I started doing that, and I didn't know. So now they're red. And they were part of what got kind of massacred during the painting, and they're kind of trying to recover. Down there are some yellow coreopsis. They need to get the grass dug out, but they're really pretty. This is lavender. I'm not really sure what this variety is, but it smells really pretty. Over here I have like dwarf celosia, the tall kind and the squiggly kind. I just love these things. I think they're so cool. I didn't realize they were dwarf when I bought them, but I'm totally okay with it. Because whether I can sell it or not, it still makes everything beautiful around here. And I kind of like that there's stuff that I won't be able to cut and use. Just going to be for color. There's sunflowers growing back there. And then there's another lavender. There's my, oh, what is it called? Red elderberry bush. See how pretty the red berries are? The birds love them. I've never been able to get a harvest. But I've never really tried. I'm sure if I put like a netting over it and stuff, everything would be fine. But oh, there's the Stochiosia. So I think that's everything in the living room. That's everything in the living room, guys. It's everything in the front yard. And out by the road. And then I have another hydrangea bush out here. And this one is pink. Look how pretty. Oh my gosh, I just absolutely love this thing. And didn't take care of it for years because I never was going to use it as a cut flower, you know. I never had any intentions of doing this cut flower thing. And but over the past couple years, we've been taking much better care of it, giving it lots of water and stuff. I have some space to plant some stuff over here, but I just haven't. The birds kind of scratch everything, move everything. I need to give some attention to this fern, but feel really lucky. I don't have really any shade anywhere, you know, and so to have a fern is so nice, not just to look at, but also to be able to use in arrangements. This is this really pretty little like spreading flower. Something's eating it. Oh no, something's eating it. Oh well. And like I said, everything is a mess around here. You guys are getting the real deal. Here's the yucca about to bloom. And then my boss gave me, like my third day, a bunch of these rhododendrons that he was going to have me throw away, and I just can't do it. They're called Old Copper. I think I have one blooming left. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that. There's one. Oh, it's got ants. It's got ants in its pants. But anyways, that's it. It's going to bloom a really pretty salmon red color, and it's called Solid Copper. And a couple of them didn't make it. They keep getting dug up by the voles or moles or whatever they are. So we keep having to dig them and put them back. That one definitely didn't make it. But we have a couple replacements. People didn't pick up plants, so we're going to just use them here. And I'll be able to replace that one. And that one looks like it's not going to make it either. So. And here's a sunflower that just grew out here. This is where our old chicken pen used to be. And, you know, I feed them sunflower seeds, so I do not know what this is. But it looks spectacular. It's about 2 feet tall, but like 3 feet wide. Sunflowers coming out of every orifice. Like whatever this is, I'm going to harvest the seeds and grow lots of them every year. I love them. I think it's so cute, and I love the foliage. I love how green and bushy everything is. Here's another one that was growing, not doing the same thing at all. I think this one's going to be a single. Oh wow, look at all the little grasshoppers, or whatever they are. There's so many. They're all like drinking from the water in the middle. That is so cute. Alright, over here is we're just at the end of the rhododendrons. And some kid's ball ended up in our yard at some point, and it's really bright, so I want to like leave it where people can see it and come knock on the door and get it, but it's been here for a while, so that's the story about the ball. In case you were wondering. Over here, I know you weren't at all. Over here I have some old coppers. These are much like the solid coppers, but they give you these really pretty, like morning glory kind of bell-shaped blooms, and they're a much lighter pink and more like coral, salmon-y. I don't know. They're just so pretty. So I put 2 of them there, and I think I'm going to grow one more of them from the ones that people didn't pick up. I'm going to put it over here because they're just stunning. And they'll get bigger than these ones will. So over here I have a bunch of mint. It all looks really good too. Look at how nice would that be in a bouquet. And then, you know, a bunch of mint, a bunch of grass. More solid coppers. Over here is fun. I have a watermelon. And then we have ourselves a yucca. Oh, finally one in bloom. There you go. You get to see it in bloom. It's so pretty to me. And I love the color of the leaves. And then in here we have some sunflowers. And the chickens get up here, and turkeys, and not all the seeds that I plant make it, but I have been putting succession stuff going on. So whenever those guys are done, there should be new ones coming up, and you know, hopefully there's always something going on. Yeah, see, that's a dirt bath right there from some crazy animal. But over here, look at this pretty, come on camera. Well, that's a Snapdragon. Behind it is, oh, my Aunt Colleen gave me this really beautiful, it's a yellow Dahlia with these black leaves. Like, look how dark those leaves are. It's just so beautiful. So here we have a yellow Snapdragon. Let's see, will it let us yet? There we go, maybe. This is a Chinese aster. I'm super excited to see what those come up like. I have a couple of those gladiolas tucked in here. I have some Sweet Williams, or not Sweet Williams, I have some tiny, itty bitty, teeny weeny little seeds in there. Gosh, you can't even see them on the camera. But they're for like, oh, I forget what they're called, like Johnny Jumpers, I don't remember. And like Elysium. So we'll see what comes up. We have some, and then the other two are Snapdragons as well, right here. So that's this little area. There's Bruiser. Oh, over here, I'm not sure. So after the chickens left, everything kind of started filling in, and then, you know, we had the thing with the septic, so they had to dig that up, and there was a bare spot. All of this stuff just started growing in. And the turkey, like, we have just this one turkey that comes through, and she just loves it. She mows it down. But I don't know what it is, and I don't know if it's bad. And I really don't know what that is. That's interesting. Anyways, here is Japanese maple, sorry. I knew that was wrong. There's this Japanese maple I bought Christian a really long time ago for his birthday, and just has always been moving it from one pot to another, and I think it was in the last one a little bit too long, but I'd be really happy in this big one. Here's some lavender. It's gotten very woody and old. There's Bruiser. He's gotten very woody and old as well. Hi, Brucey. Good morning, baby. Look at the tail. I think he sees something that I don't see. Anyways, lavender is about to start blooming. Be really pretty purple. Little tiny flowers, so cute. Over here is really fun. Oh, there's my gloves. I was looking for those. Okay, so over here, this is kind of where the flower field starts-ish. And, you know, it's really what we see from our back window. These are some field daisies. I didn't plant these. These just come up every year. I feel really lucky. When we tilled the field, a bunch of them came up. And in a row out there, you can see that. So it's like, I just felt really lucky, and I'm not going to mow them down. These ones are in weird spots, but I'm leaving them. Here we have a lantana that lived, like it stayed from last year in the container, and so I'm moving it out here. These are Choco Sun Sunflowers. The top sunflower already bloomed. My husband got me these so we could start having some color in the garden already. There's my kitty, Captain Knuckles. If you know what that's from, her name is from, let me know. We have zucchini down here, 2 spots. We have corn. I'm getting ready to separate. I have more watermelon, some eggplant, snapdragons, and some Chinese asters. And then I planted these salvias that were in containers from last year that also wintered over. These are Shasta Daisies that I did not plant, and they're standing in front of this really pretty grass tuft that I just have been isolating every year and saving because it's so pretty. and it kind of gives, you know, these guys some structure. And then I kind of have the same thing going on this side with the flowers, with the Chinese asters, Snapdragon, and the salvia. I need to clean up this stuff. And Bruiser likes to lay right here on my seed bed, but in here it's hard to see, and there's a bunch of stuff that we're not going to see for a little bit, but there's seeds in there. There's tons of seeds, and I don't even remember all of what I planted. A lot of it is herbs. So there's a bunch there, there's a bunch there. I put one of the other lantanas down there. I've got these weird mushrooms growing. Look at those things. What are those? I have some in a hole here too. Look. What is going on? So interesting. Here we have some oregano and grass, and then behind that I have another watermelon growing. And I did some containers yesterday, so these are a little bit, you know, not as fluffy as they're gonna be, but kind of give you an idea of what's going on here. I want it to be kind of pink and purple and soft colors. I think we've achieved that. Where's the other one? Oh, over here. And then we have over here, this is called Beth's Blue. I forget what the actual flower is called. However, all these little things will open up as we get more sun, and it'll just be flush with purple. And then down here, just have this little green creeping one, some onions, a broccoli in the middle. There was a broccoli in the other one as well. And then this is Celosia, but the tall kind that I can use in my bouquets. And this is this really pretty begonia. And it's supposed to have shade, so that's why I put it behind all of these guys. But it's going to cascade over and be really, really pretty. So like I said, things look a little stark, but that's because I just planted them. Oh, where next? Let's go out here next. This is the plant, let's see, this one and this one. They inspired me to do all these containers yesterday. Look how pretty that peachy carnation is. Oh, so gorgeous. And I paired it with a Dusty Miller that I know I'm eventually going to have to move. And a really beautiful white begonia. Look at that thing. I could just stare at it for hours. I love it. I love its foliage. So gorgeous. There's a broccoli there in the middle. Orange straw flower. Actually, I think that's what inspired all of this. I just had to have that straw flower. And then I saw those. And then I thought how pretty those would be with it. And then I saw those. And the whole thing just kind of took flight. And I think it's going to be really pretty. This one broke off from the mother plant of, I don't know if the mother plant is the right word, but from the other plant. And I just stuffed it in the soil to see how it would do, and it perked up this morning. So hopefully I'll get a new plant. So for those of you who have been asking to see the flower field, that one person, here it is. And I was gonna wait till it was weeded, but if you wait in life, you'll never get to show or share anything. And if you watch any flower farm videos, I'm not alone. So all the red flags are where there are dahlias right here along these two lines that I've been able to identify that came back up from last year. So there's not really a lot going on here. This is a row, so where there isn't flowers that you can visibly see or red flags, I'm gonna plant more flowers. Put more zinnias and stuff in, marigolds and things like that. Over here, these guys need to get moved into the deer fence garden. But these are tall carnations. So I think that them being over here, they kind of got stunted. This thing is supposed to open, and it's kind of been like that forever. They look really bad. They were in the trash pile at the nursery. So we're going to try to give them some love. Here's a clover plant that I am trying to nurse, turn into something. These are all my Snapdragons that came back. Not much, but got some pretty color going on over here. Look at this thing. Isn't that gorgeous? Super pretty. And then Queen Anne's lace, I'm just going to let grow in here. Have some over there. Really, really pretty. Let's see. Oh, and then this is where kind of my perennials start over here. I have a flag there. Oh, because I have Queen Anne's lace right there. And then over here is this little dahlia. And it has these little tiny, like pink purple palms. This is a plant that I don't remember what it's called, but I think that's the flower that it gets. I don't think it actually turns into anything more than that, and I think those are adorable and fine. More Queen Anne's lace. Oh, this is fun. This is alfalfa, which is one of the #1 agricultural things from my hometown in the Mojave Desert. And it gives us these really beautiful purple flowers when they bloom, and they smell amazing. The whole desert smells amazing whenever these guys go in bloom. And I put some in the ground last year to see if they would overwinter, and they did. So I'm going to make a whole patch of them. I'm so excited. Here is some Rhododendron. Look how gorgeous. Look how big it is. This is the lens. This thing is huge. And there's another one about to bloom, another one about to bloom, another one about to bloom. Super cool. These are Daisy May Shasta Daisies. And they're really, really big. Let's see if there's any perspective. Well, not as big as the Rebecca, but still pretty big. And that's it for the flower field. I have some blackberry I'm going to keep trimmed and let grow in there. It's going to grow anyways. Let's see. Over here is my seed bed full of sunflowers and zinnias. This is just sunflowers and zinnias. Sunflowers and zinnias. Sunflowers and zinnias. Sunflowers and zinnias. And then here's a boatload of those pink gladiolas. My neighbor gave them to me, and so I wanted to plant them somewhere that when they bloomed she could see them too. So I put a bunch of them, you know, in different places, but I wanted a big show right there. And then I have some Mammoth Sunflowers in the back. I have some that I need to cover again. It looks like something trying to get them, but didn't succeed. There's Bruiser. It's a wheelbarrow full of succulents. And then there's, I don't know what kind of tree that is, but I think it's just a cypress tree. Here's a bamboo. So we got this bamboo from a friend, and all 3 pieces, one of them died. One of them has always just looked like that. And the other one is kind of flourishing, but none of them have spread. Isn't that weird? Anyways, here is the Grape Arbor that Christian built me when I, on a whim, said, Grape Arbor would be nice. And now we have all of these grapes, and they're finally giving us really good like last year, I wouldn't call it a harvest, but I got to eat a lot of them. So this year I'm hoping we'll actually get a harvest, like more than we can eat. Here's some succulents. I'm on a succulent saving mission because I've been a bad succulent mama. So I'm working through all of my succulents and repotting them and getting them rerooted, and I'm getting ready to sell them and give them to people who will actually take care of them. There's that tree again. I just like that perspective. It's so pretty. And it's overcast morning, which is good for me because I have a lot of work to do. I'm doing this tour because I'm getting ready to chop everything and make bouquets. That's the mill telling everybody to get back to work. That's my honeysuckle. There's 2 plants on my wedding arbor, but you can't even see the arbor anymore, and it's kind of starting to make physical changes. So we're gonna have to cut some of this down. There's Captain Knuckles again. Oh, there's our fire pit and a bunch of logs, but it's too dry for fires around here. There's our indoor garden, indoor garden, our fenced-in garden. And the snapdragons, I have to have some in here because the deer do like to eat them. In the blue pool, we have potatoes, layers of potatoes, and I'll take you in there. Anyways, there's our cat Flapjack. She's also from the same show Captain Knuckles is from. So I'm really, I love that show so much that I hope that there's somebody else out there that gets it. This is another one of our lavenders, needs to be rescued. It's getting some nice pretty flowers though. Here's my chickens. Hi babies. That's Joe. And that's Jolene. They're almost always together. That is Linda. And then there's Dottie over there. Hi guys. And that's their cute little coop. We got it Tractor Supply, I think. Hi Jolene. She's so cute. Hi Joey. Okay, over here, kind of have my little propagation station, my saving station. I planted some nasturtiums in this thing, but they don't look like they're coming up. We'll see. There's some pumpkins I need to plant. We're going to plant them in the old chicken area. There is a bunch of sunflowers. I know sunflowers don't like to be transplanted, so I'm going to do it very quickly. But I have a bunch of different kinds of sunflowers there. There's another salvia that I got from the changing around the containers. And over here I have a bunch of like marigolds and zinnias and different pretty stuff coming up. I have onions that I need to get planted everywhere. Some more pumpkins. Lavender. 2 different kinds of lavender. We're going to make a lavender field, so a few rows of lavender. There's more broccoli. This is my station for saving my succulents. So my next thing I need to work on are these like herb boxes. I need to save the succulents from in here and get them all repotted. So I can see how everything's kind of just a total mess. So I've been taking things and getting new soil, the lane potting soil from Rexia's, and putting them in 4-inch pots. Thank you, Lori, over at the nursery. She let me have some of these, and getting them in here. And then once I have too many on here, then I move them over to, this is my one and only rhododendron, by the way. It just finished blooming, but it's a really pretty light purple. So right here is where the ones that are almost rooted go to just kind of finish out rooting. That way I have more room up here to work. And there's the third spot up there, and it's got some pretty rough stuff going on. And then I have cactuses down here. I just have a bunch of stuff that needs to be saved. Look at all my prickly pears that need to be dug out. This is my carport where I work. There's a table that my neighbor gave me. There's a little drying station on top of the dog kennel. There's a little bench that was here when we moved here, so we just kind of keep it. I wish it wasn't so dark. It'd be easier to show you guys. It's still kind of a mess. Like I said, we just got it painted. We're trying to put everything back in here. Then this is all the stuff that needs to get cleaned up and put away, and all my cardboard, which is gold to me. Let's see. Oh yeah, let's go into the garden. Over here, just gonna kind of, instead of walking over here later, just gonna show you. There's a cherry tree, another cherry tree, a dwarf willow tree, and then some poppies. And then on the other side of that, I have some Dahlias coming back up, you know, they're just little Dahlia seedlings. This is our deer garden. I don't know how to explain it. It's the fenced high for the deer. I don't know why I'm having a problem with that. So I have some more succulents that need to be saved. And I thought this was a weed, but then we saw a huge bush of this in Sisters. It was absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to dig it out and move it to somewhere where it can really grow. But it's really pretty. And so there's more that needs to be saved. There's more oregano. I had to cut my thyme, so I hope it's coming back. A few weeks ago, Christian and I went and volunteered with Cascade Relief Team, I think is what it's called. And they were planting all of these trees that were getting ready to go to compost, and they were able to like get in the middle and plant, like they planted almost 20,000 of them to go to the fire victims at the holiday farm fire. And whenever the girl who was coordinating it just was too tired, couldn't do it anymore, she let us take bags of these home to try to save as well. So we took one bag home and it gave us 100 trees. So we put them in these big pots and we're keeping them wet, and you know, we're gonna have to move them and repot them and give them away and go plant them places. This is a cherry tomato that my Aunt Colleen gave me. Another cherry tomato. And another cherry tomato. And another cherry tomato. And she did give us tags for all of them, but they have gone missing. There's rose cuttings we're trying to see if we're any good at. There's some romaine and some peppers. We're gonna try planting in the thingies. Over here, oh, I'm excited about this, guys. So over here, I have so far that last one hasn't come up yet, but these are my cafe au lait dahlias. I didn't want them out in the field. I wanted them in here where they were safe from everything and I could watch them like a hawk. And then over here, this is a commercial version of Queen Anne's lace. I gotta get it in the ground. Oh, it doesn't want to focus on it. There we go. So it's really cute, but it won't have the little red pin in the middle. These are, okay Joe, these are called Lizianthus, and they'll give us these really pretty, oh there's the tag, these really pretty like lily rosy looking things. Look at how they look on the plant. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to see this thing bloom. And like a lot of the stuff Laura gives me, I don't remember the name of what she's saying, but this should give me really beautiful, on the woody pieces we wouldn't cut, but like this new growth, you could use this in cutting. And so I have to plant it somewhere where the deer can't get it, because the deer love it, which is in here. We'll put it in here. And it's going to get big. So I'm really excited. And then have my snapdragons that have to be isolated from the deer as well, because they like to eat the tops of them. I'm surprised I have any out in the field that I could show you. I know that the grass kind of, you know, insulates them, but the grass is going to go. They can't keep being choked out by the grass. So that's what's going on in there. I think that's pretty much everything. Right here is where our camper usually goes. Oh, here, hold on. Let's look at these guys. They're so cute. These are the babies that are trying to root. Then these are like all the different kind, or like the really too small kind. These are the kind that are, these are the ones that are, you know, getting big, look like they're probably rooting soon, probably can get sold soon, but they're just not that big and fluffy yet. They need some time. So that's why they're here. They're so cute. Anyways, our camper is usually here, but with all the painting, we had to move it. We had to move all this stuff, which is usually up against the wall of the, what do you call it here? Garage. So that's Everything's still kind of a little mess from painting. Over here, sorry about that guy. So we have more yuccas. There's the dwarf willow that my Aunt Leah gave me a really long time ago. And oh, there's Bruiser again. Hey, Boo Boo. And oh, there's like a whiskey barrel and a bunch of mint and cactus that needs to get dug out. Some poppies. It's just kind of crazy. But I wanted to show you guys. Oh, I don't know why I zoned in on that. This is my cart, and it still has stuff from Valentine's on it. Some wreaths that I made. Oh, I wish it was brighter. But I almost gave up on my first day after all of my hard work. My first day, I set up my stand out by the road, and the wind blew it down. And my stand was just a table. It knocked all of my stuff down, and I was so upset. My husband, I showed him this like rinky-dinky thing on Etsy, or not Etsy, but Pinterest, and told him that I wanted it, and he took it to a whole different level. This thing is just amazing. It's got tons of room, plus there's a bar to put, you know, stuff that I want to sell that, you know, like pictures or other things, you know, wreaths and things like that. And then here's my box. I need to get it cleaned up, but people were overwhelmingly honorable. I only got stolen from twice. I got stolen from on the first day and on my last day. And it's pretty funny. So, you know, I expected to get stolen from more often. I keep a very limited supply of stuff on the cart because of that reason. And I am really pleased. A lot of people also paid more than what they should have. A lot of people paid $20 instead of $10. And even whenever I said if you don't have enough change, you know, just pay what you can, they still paid more. So it's been really fun. I've made a lot of connections in my community, just in my neighborhood. Oh, look over here. There's Lucky. And so cute. And then there's Bruiser. Bruiser! Alright, guys. That's all. There's not a lot going on. It's trash day. It's backside of our house. And there's our flag. I'm getting ready to put up a really beautiful new one that my friend Nikki got us. That's like hand sewed and in a really thick material. It's really gorgeous. I'm so excited to put it up right before 4th of July. So that's going to be really nice. Oh, I didn't show you guys this stuff. You thought you were done with me. Here's these evening primroses that need to get dug out of the grass, but they close at night and they open up in the morning. That little cluster of plants out there in the middle is the plants that need to get planted. Sorry, I got distracted by this. These are the ones that are ready to go. So when I put my cart out tomorrow morning, I'll be putting a bunch of these guys out too for $3 a piece. There's 50 things here. So hopefully over the whole weekend I'll be able to sell everything. That will be nice. I've got some stuff I need to plant, some stuff I need to put out in the compost. This needs to be rescued. I have all these beautiful daisies coming up, but you can't tell because I got all the old daisies. That's really cute, but you can't even see it. I have all this, it's just a mess. So we're not going to focus on it. Here we have blueberry heaven though. Look at all the blueberries. Yum, 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 yum. And then look at these gorgeous coral roses. These are one of my very favorite things on my entire property. It was a Mother's Day gift, like 2009. And they start blooming early and they bloom all the way until frost. So this is where I'm going to go ahead and end the video though, because why not? It's absolutely gorgeous. Should have started with it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.